Hey guys, thanks for joining us this week. We are going to go over something that's really integral and important to the way that we shoot, and that's setting our scope up for long range. So we're going to bottom out our scope almost so that we get enough up and down travel to make those long shots, and we're going to make it jive with these rings. And Norm brought up a good point earlier. We should also go over how to set the zero stop on these new Element scopes. It's super simple. The FX adjustable rings, like I said, we're going to go over how to get that to jive with where you want your scope to be zero. So all that's coming up soon.
The following is a list of companies that we've been using since the very beginning, and now they actually help us provide some of this content for you guys. We'd love it if you would show them some support.
Perfect.
All right, guys, so first things first, the whole theory of this is that we're gonna take our scope and get all of this beautiful travel up. You know, they advertise scopes with, let's say, 80 MOA or 100 MOA of elevation travel. And most people like to have their scopes optically centered, which is great for focus, and it's great for less stress on your turrets and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you're not using the scope to its full potential for long range.
Exactly.
So what we like to do is get all of that out. So what we're gonna see on like my scope, now there's almost no space here, and all the norms are set up the same way.
Yeah.
You bottom it out and go gentle. You'll feel a little resistance stop. And then what we like to do is I go 5 MOA. What do you go?
Yeah, it's 20. So 20 clicks.
Yeah, 20 clicks.
Yep.
5 MOA from the bottom, take it up. That is where we want the scope to be zeroed. How are we gonna do that? And you guys better love us for this, because I have this set up.
He's got this Godzilla. No, this is
Godzilla.
This is Godzilla. Yeah. He has got this thing like a laser.
Yeah.
And he is going to disassemble this thing just to show you guys how this works.
So we're gonna loosen these right here, and now this is flippity floppity. So what that allows us to do is get this pointed down, gives you extra MOA, and it's gonna allow us to, by mechanically moving this with our hands, line it up with where the zero is now. Base screws, attach it. This, attach it, no big deal. This is kind of where the magic is. Like I said, you're crazy if you think I'm taking my scope out of these rings to do the leveling, but we're gonna get you on the zero. So I think we need to head outside to the range, and we'll do a little scope cam. We'll show you the bullets, you know, where they're hitting, and then we'll adjust this and we'll tear the top off, show you all that good stuff.
Fun.
Fun. I can't believe I did that.
This is one time I'm letting Keith actually use his own gun and not one of mine.
Yeah. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is take the turret off. The Element has the hands, or the tools free rather. You can just do it with your hand, which is cool. So this is off, that comes off. Now, if you're not using a zero stop, you can do that re-zero anytime you want. I like using the zero stops. I think just about everybody who's used one does. That you do need a tool for, little Allen. There's 3 screws. That's it. As you can see, I've moved mine around quite a few times already. So we're gonna set that to the side, and we're gonna pop this back on. Because what we wanna do is go down, feel that bottom, that true bottom of the scope. Okay, there it is. That is the amount of resistance I like to use looking for it. So I actually was just 4 MOA up. So what we're gonna do is, that's true bottom. Now we're gonna come up 5 MOA, and that's it. This is our starting point. Now we're gonna do everything in our power to get this to line up with where that scope is sitting. And these, come around here, Norm. These screws right here, we need them under just a little bit of little bit of tension. So I like to like wiggle that up and down, up and down. Oh, see how it grabbed? You can still move it, but it just grabbed a little bit. That's one of them. Now this one, a little bit of tension, but I want to be able to move it. All right, so we've come up our 5 MOA. I'm gonna put this on so that you guys can follow along and just see what's happening with the groups. Of course, I haven't cleaned it in forever, so we'll see what they actually look like. But the main idea for right now is we just want to get close, on, perfect, or like just a little bit under. And then, because you can always lock it in and come up a couple more MOA, but we really don't want to get any closer to the bottom of the scope's travel. Helps to dial out your magnification so that you've got a good field of view, and you can see if you hit way high, way low. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna go off to the water. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm way low. Let's raise up the scope here. It's actually a little bit loose, and if that happens, it just means you need a little more tension on here. Of course, the scope cam's in the way. There we go, that's better. All right. Wow, that's way high.
Yeah, so you got to bring the back of that scope way down.
Oh yeah, big time. There we go. Try that. Still way high. Try that. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna lock this in. Fire one more to verify. You could hear it hit that metal target. So we've got crosshairs on target. We see our hole. And now we're gonna lift up to bring the crosshairs down to where it was. Now, of course, it's not an exact science. So let's see where we are now. I think it's actually moving a little bit. So now it's just, I would say, 2 MOA low, which is pretty darn good. So we're gonna lock that in there so that we can then come back to it with the turret and come up to fine tune. This camera out of the way. And I know there's tightening specs. I like to do it on this until I'm pretty sure any more will break the screw. And I know that's not what you're supposed to do. But Norm and I rarely do what you're supposed to do. We do use torque wrenches here though. Make sure you're not over torquing on the tube itself. But this side to side and up and down, I really want to lock it down. So I'm going to increase my magnification now a little bit just so I can see better. We'll fire for effect. Alright. I really need to clean this. That's bad grouping, but that's okay. So now I'm going to use the turret to bring it up the 3 MOA or so. And when you do that, go the right way, silly boy. You'll see the crosshairs go down and meet up with it. So, right at the bottom of the bowl. Bottom of the bowl. That one's a little bit off left, but it's 2 MOA more. And that was a perfect bullseye. So now that we've got that where we want it, we'll clear the gun. So all you safety freaks don't yell at me. We're gonna take this off without moving it. And we ended up going, I think, another 3 MOA high.
Yeah, it's okay.
So now we're 8 off the bottom, which is still fine. You can drive yourself crazy trying to get this absolutely perfect.
And I do that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So this goes on here, and you can see the stop right here. Is it in focus? That
Yeah.
hits, right? So if you're gonna turn your turret up, we can't start on that side, right? We have to be on this side, because what we want to do is make it turn up, and then when we turn back, it'll stop on 0. So we're gonna tighten these 3 screws.
No, that's got to be the other way, bud.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
It's got to be on this side.
I don't think so, mister. Crap. Okay, so I had it right in the beginning. Nobody. Why am I doing the video?
Because you're doing this backwards. If you were on this side, you would realize that it's...
Alright, so that is now on there. And you don't want to go super tight with this. So once I get it on, I give it just a little wink wink. That is a very technical inch-pound talk. It's just wait.
Now, do you do that with each screw?
Each screw.
Okay.
Wait. Okay, so now if we were to pop this back on, we'll get it so that the 0 is sitting on that center line, just like that. We dial up, beautiful, and when we snap it back to 0, perfect every time. So you're never gonna get lost. Then that cap goes back on, and you're done. So let's see how much elevation we have available. You wanna come around here, Norm?
Yep.
I'll take this off, get it out of the way. And of course you can do holdovers, but no, not for what we do, because then you got to worry about the wind too. So here we go, around once, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, and I can feel it starting to tense up a little bit. 85. So we got 85 MOA available for our dial-ups. And that, my friends, is going to be a long way. That is, oh, well, you have my phone with the app in it. But I want to say, you know what? Right here is how far 85 MOA will get us. That's it, man. It's super simple. So just remember, take the 0 stop out so it doesn't get in your way. Soft bottom, very gently. When you feel the bottom, come up 5. Loosen these screws so you can wiggle it back and forth. And then as you get it to come on up, you want to lock it down just so you can barely move it. That's it. It's kind of simple. It's just, it takes a little fidgeting sometimes. And I know I'm 8 MOA off the bottom. That makes me happy. I don't think I'm going to miss those 3. 85, 88 doesn't really matter. Not really. It would bother Norm, but it's
Yes.
fine for me. So if you guys have any questions, we'd be happy to help. Comment down below. We're pretty good about answering everybody. So if there's something that we left out and you want clarified, we got your back. Anything you can think of, buddy?
No, there's no 0 stop for windage.
You're good, Ma. What's it, right in the middle?
Yeah.
Did you just say f it?
You are on video.
Yeah, thanks, Ma.
Anyway, I was saying that the windage does
yes.
not have a
0 stop.
0 stop.
Right,
So,
which is a good thing, because if you're one of those people that likes to dial for
Right.
windage, you don't want to be like, well, I can go right, but I can't go left. And if you install a 0 stop like I tried to, then it's like, well, I can go down, but I can't go.
yeah.
Thank God I have you around, Norm.
Yeah. And then one more thing was the
Yeah.
battery for the
Oh, yeah, yeah.
illuminator.
So this right here is an illuminated reticle, and almost every scope brand is the same. This cap just screws off, and then you've got that right there. I shouldn't say every scope brand's the same, because like the Night Force ones are kind of a pain,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. This is easy. These
super
elements are
simple
nice.
to use. Athlons work just like this too, I think.
Yep.
And what I really like is on this model, there is a turn off between every single number.
I know. I like that.
So that's nice. A lot of them you got to like go all the way around. So anyway, that's well thought out. But listen to this, guys. Listen to this. Ready? I love that. It's just done. It's never moving. It's impossible to get lost. It's awesome. All right, so this is, I shot these two. That's when I was like, oh my God, I need to clean it.
Yeah.
And then it actually tightened it right up. But I saw this one, we adjusted with the gross adjustment of the
Rings.
the rings.
Yep.
And then I started shooting in here. And then I dialed up, I shot a couple into here. I'm not really, I think it was 2 there and 1 the wind got me here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is friggin' windy today. And then I came up the 2 MOA, smoked it dead center, and said, I believe that will do. What you think, buddy?
I think it's amazing. Those no limit rings are great. Those are the FX ones. They make Eagle Vision too.
Yeah.
But you know, the FX ones, I like the screws a lot better than the Eagle Vision.
Yeah, we've never snapped an FX
Never
screw.
snapped an FX screw. They're a little bit simpler. And one thing that, if you really want to get technical into this, when you're fine tuning it, when Keith ended up hitting, say he hit here, all he had to do was look through his scope and see how many MOA he was off from the bullseye.
Yeah, which is what I did, and I just forgot to say it out loud as I was shooting. So,
And if you have a steady bench, all you have to do, turn your turret, you'll actually see your crosshair move.
oh yeah, if you've got it locked into a gun vise or on a monopod in the back and bipod on the front.
Exactly. It just saves you a few more shots.
Yeah.
To do it that way. But like I said, this way here, I love those no limit rings. They give us, as long range shooter, that little bit of extra MOA elevation that we like. So
Yeah, I mean the FX rails now on top have 20 MOA built in, which is awesome. But a lot, the earlier ones don't.
Right.
And 20 MOA isn't enough for what we want to do anyway.
No.
It's enough for, shooting out to like 200 probably.
Yeah.
But we actually, all the way up on that hill, we've killed woodchucks. 355 is the longest. And some of you new people on the channel are probably gonna think we're lying. I don't care. Everybody else knows.
Everybody else that knows this.
So that though, Norm, I don't know. Can you deal with that? Is that close enough?
I'm gonna say it was the wind. Hopefully it wasn't you.
We'll be out here some calm morning and really perfect it. But that's plenty for killing right now. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. And we out.
We out.
3, 2.
Done.
Done.